Manufacturing, communication, healthcare, one by one, these industries have gone digital. One of the last holdouts is the digitalization of our physical buildings and infrastructure. Our roads, offices, homes, schools, and airports. What does this mean for these to be made and maintained with digital processes? Here to share his thoughts on this inflection point for BIM, please welcome Viatechnic founder and COO, Anton Dy Buncio.
I believe my kids are watching the live stream, so hi, Max and Zach. They love hearing about BIM more so than Legos. My name is Anton Dy Buncio. I'm the co-founder and COO of Viatechnic. Today, I'm going to share with you our framework of how we look at the digital environment software stack, how BIM is the foundation to that, and what opportunities exist, and challenge the audience to act. Before we do that, though, let me give you some context about the problems we're facing and how this all needs to change. So, do you remember what life was like back in 2007, life before the iPhone? Data was not always accessible. We had Google, but then you'd have to go to your desktop and search for answers. Do you remember printing out the MapQuest directions? And surely if you hit a traffic jam, you were never going to make it in time to your destination. No one had instant delivery. No one had instant access to banking. But then life with the iPhone suddenly changed everything. The iPhone as a platform was going to change life as we knew it. Life suddenly became connected, convenient, and digital. Now keep this thought in the back of your head, as there's a lot of parallels in here to BIM. Today, much has changed. I was at a leadership coaching event with Ram Charan, one of the business advisors to Jack Welch and other leaders. He spoke extensively about being able to make high velocity and high quality decisions. Industries are now able to use algorithms and machine learning to make faster decisions. People's expectations are being set, and they get frustrated at anything less. Cloud technology makes solution finding omnipresent. Today's world is much more exciting and frictionless. It is digital, it is convenient, it is connected. Take, for example, the retail experience at Amazon Go. The previous purchase points of friction are now gone. It's amazing how fast we can get things done in today's world. And it's really funny, though, because here are some very simple questions that we see the industry asking, and yet answers to this take hours or days to figure out, with multiple people touching the custody chain to find an answer to the question. Somehow it seems really funny that I can go on my phone, look up anything in the world in Wikipedia, but to find out how many doors does my project have takes days. It's really weird. But alas, we have this 800-pound gorilla still running a very large percentage of the built environment. Now, some of you may wonder, why does this all matter? Who cares if the built environment runs at a different pace? It always has. However, the world is moving at a much faster pace. Same-day delivery, instant information access, and total convenience. In the built environment, you have a very high friction experience because it hasn't adapted to our lifestyle change. There are really significant implications here when the built environment runs at a different pace from the rest of the world. Here's an example of what happens when the built environment moves slower than the ever-changing world. I think you all remember this. In 2006, liquids were banned from being carried onto airplanes. So this year, as in an airport, keep in mind, this is 13 years later from that ban, with no water bottle dispensers. And of course, the first thing I saw, post-security, was that every retail establishment, rows and rows of single-use plastic water bottles that will take 450 years to decompose. At a more recent airport, built after the ban, where water dispensers are freely available, notice the difference in single-use water bottle availability. Here's another example. Amazon two-day delivery. So anyone of you who lives in urban areas, in high-rises, you probably see in your mailroom hundreds of boxes. So let's say each resident gets 2 packages from Amazon a week. And in a 200-unit building, that's 400 boxes going through the mailroom a week. The way people interact with the built environment will only keep changing. Autonomous vehicles, Internet of Things, wireless power, 5G. Technology is going to change at a faster rate, and the built environment needs to be able to keep up with that change. No one can predict the future, but our built world needs to be able to respond quickly. Otherwise, you'll have a multi-family lobby that looks like a distribution center, facilities that will need to handle trash of thousands of water bottles, or buildings that won't be able to deploy 5G, even after spending millions of dollars to build a capital project. So the built environment needs to respond quickly in a cost-effective manner. This is what digitization allows. And the only route to make that happen is through digitizing the entire built environment stack. The foundation of the digital environment is BIM. Geometry and data built together as the foundation for analytics, optimization, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, built to interact with the physical environment. Here's how we look at the software stack. So you have your physical environment, and connecting that physical environment to the digital environment is the BIM. Once you have your BIM, you can build tools that analyze, that provide insight, that allow you to act, all in a digital fashion. The critical thing here, though, is that you maintain the data integrity between the BIM and the physical environment. One of the pushbacks we get from our clients a lot is, hey, it's garbage in, garbage out. So if your data is not good, then there's no way to trust it, and everything you build over it is untrusted. So one of the things we started to do with our clients is build a tool to maintain that data integrity. What if you could keep the data perfect? You could ring fence the good data versus the bad data and build a roadmap to transition all that data to the good side, building data validators, as you see here. And now you suddenly have a trusted data set for your clients. So think about that for a second. For real estate portfolios and the built environment, what can you do with a trusted data set? For one, you can make it mobile. Suddenly, what's amazing about this is suddenly you have people who are not involved in the design and construction side of things turning into stakeholders. At one of our clients, with their real estate portfolio digitalized, suddenly the finance team members are now stakeholders. They look at the data and question, why aren't we using more vendors for our faucets? Why are we single sourcing it? Or should we single source it? Previously, this decision-making was kept to the specifiers. What if you could build tools with intelligence that people without design or construction backgrounds could build schematic models? Again, your stakeholder set grows. Here's a model builder that incorporates logic from historical projects and allows anyone who can draw a boundary line to create a schematic model for that site. Imagine that. Now your real estate team can quickly draw a box and get a model out of it. Or your deal team can have a better conversation with a client just by drawing a boundary box and generating a model. Or the marketing team can now create a model for visualization purposes, all without involving the design and construction team. Here's something one of my colleagues has been working on, a way to automate model building and optimizing the models to identify the best solution for a project. So not only can you start prefabbing projects, but you can also optimize and automate the production process. So earlier today, Andrew spoke about Marriott having a problem of having too many things to build with not enough labor teams. But through the digitization process, you can now automate and optimize and prefabricate all at the same time. generating less waste and getting the project out sooner. Other tools that are being built over it are the ability to create wall assemblies, for example, such that anyone can validate it based on rules that are preset, no longer relying on various design teams to put things together. Something that we're really excited about, though, is getting the data and democratizing it. So now there are less gatekeepers in holding the data together. For example, on a construction project, you can now aggregate all the data from the site on your built project and share that data with teams so that owners can understand what's the status of my project, where am I in construction, what are the issues, and find out better solutions to solve them. So I'd like to challenge you all today to pursue high velocity and high quality decision making on your projects. If you're a designer, start thinking about what processes hold you back from getting instant answers and build tools to get those answers immediately. If you're in construction, think about what questions you can't answer instantly and build tools to extract that data to get those instant answers. If you're an owner, challenge your design and construction teams to give you answers quickly. I say all this because it's possible today. The connected, convenient, and digital lifestyle is coming to the built environment. Thank you.